You might think that using melody might take away the credibility. Hello and welcome to my video on 3 tips that can make you or help you make your voice less monotonous. My name is Sonja Nannon and I'm a voice and stage presence coach, and I help my clients feel more confident sharing their voice with their audience. The tips that I'm giving you are really practical and really just linked to a monotonous voice or speech melody, voice melody. The first thing, when you feel like your voice is too monotonous, and I assume as you're watching this video, this might be the case, we sometimes associate monotony with professionality. So it's like if your voice is too colorful or has too many nuances or too many notes, we sometimes associate that with, oh, but that's as if that was a private voice or something like that, or something, the voice you would use like with your children or with your friends or, you know, in your private life. And then in professional situations, in order to seem more professional, we just tend to just stick to one note, and it's very serious, and that's the way we present our topic. And this is how we are being taken seriously as the professional we are. So see what I'm doing. As such, there's nothing bad with a monotonous voice. The only thing is that it's very difficult to listen to a monotonous voice. Just think of when you're watching a video that's always the same. It's very difficult to, to stay focused and not let your thoughts go somewhere else. Whereas when you have lots of images and lots of cuts and you stay attentive, it's the same thing for your voice. If you only stay on one note, it's very difficult for people to really focus on what it is that you're saying. My first tip today is to become very conscious of the benefits that this monotonous voice has. Sometimes when we have an issue or a problem, there is always a benefit to it. Otherwise, we wouldn't be doing it. Otherwise, you would be using a very colorful voice with all kinds of notes, because that's what you used to do as a child, okay? There is no child who always talks on one note. It doesn't exist, okay? So our voice is linked to our emotions and how we feel, and maybe if you become very conscious of what the benefits are of having a monotonous voice, maybe it is a way of, and that's just a guess, it can be a way of sort of hiding your true self in a sense, or your like more lively self, or the one that's less professional, let's put it that way, and become the person who's more professional. And maybe there is a certain fear to include that's not what is required, because we learn at school that, it's not about joy, it's not about having fun, it's about seriousness, it's about learning, and also depending on the topic, because maybe you're not presenting very joyful topics. Maybe if it's something very serious, you might think that using melody might take away the credibility. Even with a serious topic, you can still use different notes. We could see it like colors, for example. So you can have different colors, but you can also have different shades of the same color. So if we translate that back to our voice, you can still use your voice in the tone that is required for the topic or for the subject that you're talking about, but you can modulate a little bit within a certain range. So first, become very clear what are the benefits of this monotonous voice, and what would holding on to it bring you, and on the other hand, what would changing it bring you. And sometimes that can be, that I'm being taken less seriously. It can be that. So that's why I'm telling you it's not the case. You're not being taken less seriously. When you still stay within a range that makes sense, okay? And then the second thing is to go to the extreme and experiment. If this is a problem or an issue for you, take the time to record yourself, and record yourself using different notes. What if if you read something and you read it with a different voice and different notes? I'm always going there. Or you always read it with the same note. Just play around with it and allow yourself to have joy just playing with your voice, because usually that's how we learn, right? We learn through play, even as children, so even as adults, why not learn through play for this as well? And see what that feels like when you use your voice differently, and what it sounds like when you listen to your recording. And the third tip is to gradually use a few more notes in the way you speak. So when you've recorded yourself and you feel like, but that's too out there, I'm not comfortable yet, speaking like that. I'm not comfortable using different notes. It's not me. Try to use one more note. Try to use just a little, like loosen up a little bit the grip on it has to stay on this one note. You know, just allow yourself to introduce one or two notes and gradually incorporate more notes as you speak. A big range of notes, a big range of tones as you speak. So I hope this was useful. If you want to know more about how to do that, you can always send me an email on info@sonjanannon.com. You can also go to my website, sonjanannon.com, and have a look at my courses and coaching packages. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you like my videos in general, you can subscribe to this channel. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.